Hello Trail Dogs, and on today's episode of YouTube's most seldom seen mountain biking channel, we're going to take a look at the world of mountain bike freeriding. What exactly is mountain bike freeriding? Well, a couple of weeks ago there was the Red Bull Rampage competition. I know it was a couple of weeks ago, but no one's ever accused us of being up to date. Or relevant. Or indeed relevant. My name is Gary, welcome to One by Bikes. So then, how do you define freeride mountain biking? Which of the different disciplines of mountain biking is it? Actually, the use of the word discipline and mountain biking in the same sentence is not that often heard. Mountain bikers aren't that disciplined. What about the cross-country law? Apart from the cross-country law, actually, that's a really good place to start. And we can start by telling you what freeride mountain biking is not. Cross-country then. Is freeride mountain biking cross-country? Kinda no. Let's have a quick look at cross-country bike riding. Cross-country bike racing, as we can see here, is characterized by mass starts. The entire field starts together. Obviously, the seated riders will get to stand at the front, and the not so seated riders will stand at the back. But look at these guys go. I should say here also that the courses are pre-prepared. Well, like all courses are, but these are more manicured. The individuals that take part, both the boys and the girls, are of a level of fitness which is insane. Also, worth pointing out, cross-country mountain bike riders are paid far more than their downhill counterparts. The reason for this is that if they weren't paid lots, the road racing teams would simply come in and snap up the best riders. True fact, there's an individual competing in this race, a British guy called Tom Pidcock, or just Cock for short. He rides for one of the Tour de France teams and indeed won a stage in the Tour de France. So he's a pretty fit and fast guy. He's also incredibly competitive. I mean, look at these guys coming uphill now. Just the determination. Another thing with cross-country riding as well is that on the uphill stages, this is where they race. On the downhill stages, not quite so much. If you look at them here, all of them pulling in a train up that hill, they're all waiting for a person to crack. Not so much overtaking on the downhill, but what they're trying to do is wear each other out here. You see down at the bottom of the pack there, backwards and forwards. There's a move there, yep. I cannot state how fit these people are, but this is definitely not freeride mountain biking. It's on a prepared track. You have to wear lycra, very little in the way of padding or shielding. These guys wear helmets, gloves, and that is about it. Ooh, a bit of a mistake there. Now, South African guy being followed by a French guy, and I believe that looks like Tom Pidcock, or sorry, Tom Cock back there. Anyway, this is cross-country mountain bike riding, and although the guys are skillful and although they are incredibly fit, it is not freeride mountain biking. Right, on to our next discipline, and this one will show a severe lack thereof. Well, why you ask, is it not cross-country cycling? For a start, cross-country cycling is on a prepared track. Another thing, it's against competitors. So if we say it's not against competitors and it's not on a prepared track, what about downhill mountain biking? That surely is against competitors. Well, it's against the clock. It's also on a prepared track. Well, kinda. They do fill in the bigger holes on the course, but you're racing the hill and the clock. But you do get help. Is it freeride? Not really, because it's against the clock. But let's have a look at some downhill mountain biking because it's awesome.
I'm in danger!
Wild one today. Oh, yeah. Joder, este es el puto amo, te lo juro. Oh, yeah, dude.
Don't you just love downhill mountain bike racing? It is the most excitement you can have on two wheels. Yeah. So, it's not cross country, it's not downhill, it's not enduro, because enduro is kind of like a mix between cross country and downhill. They get to pedal up the hills to get to the stages, and then they have to ride down the hills as quickly as they can. In enduro as well though, these guys are just as fit as the cross-country boys, but they're also as mental and deranged as the downhill boys and girls. Fully top athletes. There are another couple of there are another couple of disciplines of mountain bike riding that I can think of. Freeriders we mentioned, and slopestyle. Slopestyle kind of looks like this.
Lemoyne bringing it around. Come on. Nice. Perfectly executed double backflip into a cash roll. Okay.
Okay, so slopestyle again is not freeriding. Let me try to explain how I understand freeriding. Freeriding is basically taking your bicycle anywhere. You take it up to the top of the hill, up to the top of the mountain, on a dry riverbed, and you just ride your bike and you ride it anywhere you like. That's why it's called free ride. Now, Red Bull Rampage is a free ride competition. So up in Virgin, Utah, they have a mountain. They don't own the mountain, but they run, it's not even a track. They have a platform at the top of the mountain, they have a corral at the bottom of the mountain, and the rider's job is to get from the platform at the top to the corral at the bottom without falling off, without killing themselves, by making their line as stylish as possible, and for bonus points, if they want to do a backflip or two, they will get bonus points, but this is just for bonus points. Or is it? Let's take a look at a couple of runs from this year's Red Bull Rampage. We'll start with 11th place, shall we? Totally random, let's just start with 11th place.
It's Brendan Fairclough, aka Brendog. He's always a fan favorite here at Rampage, and this line is sick. Can't wait to see this.
Just enjoy the bike control here on these top steep sections. His own unique path coming into this chute.
This gets so technical here. Cannot believe it. Wow.
Feel right.
Oh my gosh, how does he make that look easy? That's just incredible.
Here we go. Next feature is going to be that rock. You can see it on the left side of your screen now.
This jump into the rock is very tough to get perfectly, and he nails it.
It's like Trials Moto.
And he nails that as well. Brendog is so incredibly on it right now.
Okay, Nikolai, we have that canyon gap coming up, but he's got a new lip here.
Oh. Suicide no-hander. Oh my gosh.
Who needs those brakes?
It's loose out there, but he is controlling it. Like Cam said, we're approaching this canyon gap. Here we go.
Oh!
Flips the canyon gap and lands it perfect!
Absolutely perfect. Does not put a foot down. Here we go. Coming into a drop that Jordy Lund had started building back in 2018. Brendan finished it. Let's see if he can put it to the landing.
The legendary George shoot executed to perfection. Now I think he has a nice trick jump here.
I think he wants a flip rotation here. A flip variation, I should say.
Backflip, perfect!
I think he wanted to get a foot off there, but another backflip.
And I think Brendog is through to the finish line here.
Wow, it came
Incredible
together.
work, top to bottom.
Unbelievably, Brendan Fairclough making the insane look positively mild-mannered. Anyway, Let's now have a look at another completely random choice. Let's look at the number 3 place, the guy that came third.
4 mile per hour constant, 6 mile per hour gusts. He's feeling it. He's getting wind checks from down below. Salema, what are you seeing?
Well, I'm up here midwidge, guys, and you can really feel these gusts of the direct headwind, and I'm wondering how it will affect him on the gap.
Here we go. He's on course, flipping off the start drop, Nikolai.
Beautiful backflip off of the start there, looking so dialed in. And he's creeping into this next section.
Here we go. A big drop to set up here. Suicide no-hander on this.
That downhill takeoff. That's incredible. And now it gets really serious.
He's smooth into the hip. Is he going to have the speed? He's got to jump as far as he can here. Perfect. Now he's got to slow down.
Whoa, he went massive and he controlled the speed so good. I can't believe this.
Oh, man.
Okay, he's going over the same jump that Brandon did the Indy over. Classic T-Max these, and now we have another massive drop coming up.
The triple dipper, 44 feet point to point. Perfect.
No way.
Another opportunity for a big trick here. I know he wants to get rotating on this final trick jump. What's he got for us? Backflip, knack.
Whoa, so stylish, and he stops it.
Yes.
Let's check for the end here. He said he was going to send it over mini Rampage.
There we go. He's not dead yet.
Yes.
Now then, here lies the controversy. For those of you who didn't watch it, for those of you who maybe haven't looked at the comments in the YouTube comments section, the internet has completely lost its mind. People sitting behind keyboards going absolutely insane. Well, there's a surprise. The main complaint that people had was number 11, Brendan, or the 11th place, Brendan Fairclough, Brendog. His line was less sculpted than everyone else's. Nearly everyone else rode the other side of the hill, where the landings were 4, 5, 6 meters wide. Brendan Fairclough is riding on goat tracks, and he is landing on things maybe a meter wide, maybe a little bit more. People are saying that he was robbed, and he was robbed again. This is the 7th time I think he's competed at Rampage. Fairclough is a lunatic. They're all lunatics, and they are all brilliant at what they do. The judges, maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. The idea behind Red Bull Rampage, as far as I'm aware, is that it's a free ride competition. Therefore, more points are awarded for the harder line you do. The more interesting, the more different, the less sculpted your line, the more points you'll be awarded. You throw in degree of difficulty, the points increase. You throw in danger, the points increase. You throw in tricks, that's the cherry on top of the cake. Most of the riders that went down the hill that day focused heavily on slope style tricks. Now, while this is really interesting, while this is really cool, while this is certainly good TV viewing, it's not really free ride. It's kind of slope style with a free ride background or a free ride environment. But when you're talking about these ultra sculpted and shaped landings, and generally just the nature of that side of the hill, the side of the hill that most people went down, it being very manicured, this makes it not so much free ride, and I think that this is where the internet was going spare. However, everyone loves a bit of controversy. There are people saying, I'll never watch Red Bull Rampage again. It's always the same nonsense with the judges. Last year was the first time I watched it. Didn't really understand it. Fairclough got 4th, and I thought, well, why has he got 4th? The reason he got 4th was he did a suicide no-hander over a canyon gap. If he came up short, he wouldn't have been competing in this year's Red Bull Rampage because he would be dead. Yeah. So I'm sitting there behind my TV going, yeah, British guy, yay! I also watch Brendan Fairclough on YouTube, so yeah, I do have a connection with him, albeit very, very slight. The other guys, I don't know them, but they're nutters. They're complete nutters. They are athletes, they're deranged, they're unhinged, they're everything you want a proper freeride mountain biker to be, and they do some upside downy tricks. That's brilliant. This year, however, I followed Brendan's dig team. I got to know a bit more about the competition. I got to know what freeride meant. So when I watched the competition, I could not believe his low score. However, I for one will be watching it next year. The reason why will be coming up later. If you are watching this video and you're enjoying it, give us a like. If you want to subscribe, please do so. If you want to drop us a line, drop us a postcard, or do the easy thing and just leave a comment. Now back to the point I wanted to make. I will be watching it next year, and the reason I will be watching it next year is because of stuff like this.
He has a lot of tricks planned for this run. He's heading to Price is Right, the 68-foot takeoff. Expect to see a lot of rotations. Here we go.
Nails the front flip flat drop off the start. What a risky way to start the run. Simon Gontiak hungry for a win today. Okay, he goes off the finger, controlling speed. He's been going massive on this.
Here we go, Price is Right. Oh!
Beautiful execution, flipping the Price is Right.
So floaty.
Okay, we're not done yet though. I think he's got a step down flip coming up right here with the tabletop. Nails it, and now we have another big flat drop incoming. Some nice style. Hopefully the speed can be controlled. 360.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Oh, expect something big here on this trick jump, Nikolai.
Don't take your eyes off right now. 1, 2.
Wow.
With the extension in the middle of the double flip. There were so many difficult points of that run, and he nailed every single one. What is going on, Cam?
Talk about executing on your dreams right here. We've seen run after run with these plans coming together. It's absolutely...
That was, of course, second place guy Szymon Godziek telling us all why we should watch Red Bull Rampage next year. Why? Because it's totally amazing. Doesn't matter about the controversies with the judging. When you've got riding like that, all you can do is watch and have your mind blown. Anyway, that's about it for this broadcast. All I need to do now is to remind you, just in case you forgot, that one buy is one more better. In it!